The war in Ukraine is still raging. April 27th, 2026. On the Lyman front, Signum Battalion is back in the forest, and Russian soldiers are learning the same lesson again. Trees don't stop these drones. Watch the footage. Soldiers using every tree, every branch, every shadow they can find, pressing against trunks, moving through undergrowth, trying to break the line of sight. The drone adjusts every time, finds the angle, closes in. The forest was supposed to be cover. Out here, it's just another targeting environment. At this point, is there any natural terrain that actually offers protection against a skilled FPV operator? In this footage, an FPV drone lying in ambush detected 2 Russian soldiers and immediately moved in. Before the soldiers could even understand what was happening, they came under a drone strike. This soldier, who thought he was hidden among the rubble, was still detected by the drone. In his final moments, he tried to aim at it with his weapon, but he was unable to succeed. One drone, a truck full of soldiers. A Phoenix unit pilot operating in the Huliaipole direction spotted the moving vehicle and acted immediately. There was no hesitation, and no second strike was needed. The truck, carrying 11 soldiers, became the drone's target. This footage is proof of just how great a threat the drones on the front lines pose. A group of Russian soldiers steps inside a building. Seconds later, a Ukrainian FPV drone follows them in. There was no way out. When a drone can enter a building after you, does any structure offer real protection anymore? They thought speed would give them an edge. It didn't. Quad bikes moving fast across the Volchansk direction. Russian infantry trying to stay mobile, stay unpredictable. But above them, FPV drones from Ukraine's more cheeky unit are already in the air, watching, tracking. The first drone locks on, dives, impact, then another and another. The riders try to spread out, change direction, push harder. It doesn't matter. Every movement is visible from above. One quad goes down, then 2, then more. By the end of this sequence, 9 vehicles are hit. This isn't just a strike, it's a pattern. Mobility on the ground, countered by precision in the air. On a battlefield like this, moving fast might help you cover distance, but it also makes you easier to spot. If drones can track and hit fast-moving targets like this, does speed still offer any real advantage? Look at what's covering this field. Fiber-optic cables running in every direction, hundreds of them. Every single one connected to a drone somewhere on this front. This is what the infrastructure of modern drone warfare actually looks like on the ground. Magyar's Birds, Ukraine's 414th Brigade, spotted a Russian soldier moving through this network. He had no idea what was already above him. An FPV drone was dispatched immediately, closing in fast across the open field. He noticed it at the last second, tried to react. It wasn't enough. The Lyman front. Today, FPV pilots from the 63rd Brigade, 3rd Army Corps, showing what that promise is actually worth. Watch these soldiers carefully. Some have rifles, many don't. Some try to run. Others don't even react. They just stand still, as if freezing will make the drone go away. No camouflage, no defensive positions, no support firing from a distance. Just isolated men, dropped into open terrain, left to face drones alone. There are no supply lines reaching them, no reinforcements coming. No one on the radio telling them what to do when the sky starts buzzing. They are not a coordinated force. They are cargo delivered to the front, expected to hold ground with nothing but their boots and whatever ammunition they arrived with. Some turn their heads at the last second. Some don't move at all. And the drone keeps closing in either way. This isn't a battle. This is abandonment. And the footage doesn't lie. The soldier targeted by the drone, despite all his attempts to escape, failed to get away. Look at the area he is in. Where could he possibly hide here? This soldier, sleeping under a tree, woke up after hearing the sound of the drone, but it was already too late. Fighters from the 10th Mountain Assault Brigade came up with a creative way to take down Russian drones. Using Wild Hornets interceptors and even simple sticks, they managed to destroy incoming UAVs without losing their own. It may look unusual, but it works. This is frontline improvisation at its best. Would you expect something this simple to be effective against drones? You are seeing another Russian soldier who chose the wrong place to sleep. He became the target of a rapidly approaching drone. In this footage, we once again see a soldier walking alone. Unaware of the drone approaching him, he continues moving across open terrain. Within moments, the FPV drone will reach the Russian soldier. One striking detail here is how trenches have become nearly useless on the front line, leading soldiers to wander the battlefield almost aimlessly. Before long, the Ukrainian FPV drone gets close enough to strike. The 414th Magyar Birds drone operator executes a sharp maneuver, targeting the soldier from a steep angle. Night Operations, FPV Wormbusters, Ukraine's 414th Brigade. Russian soldiers moving under darkness, vehicles repositioning between positions. They thought the cover of night would hide them. No thermals scanning from above, no drone buzzing in their ears. Or so they believed. Watch the footage closely. The strikes come from every direction. Some soldiers looking left when the drone comes from the right. Others frozen in place, completely disoriented, not even raising their weapons. They can't tell where the threat is coming from. This isn't a lack of skill. It's a lack of awareness that any moment, in any darkness, a drone could already be locked on. Night used to be a soldier's ally. On this battlefield in 2026, it's just another target window. When thermal-equipped drones hunt through total darkness, has the concept of nighttime safety on the front line completely disappeared? Huliaipole, Kherson Oblast. A building housing Russian drone operators and a Ukrainian MiG-29 Mu-1 already inbound with an AASM Hammer. One precision strike. The operators, the equipment, the entire coordination hub, gone before a single drone could launch from that position tonight. The strike zone is expanding deeper and deeper behind the front lines. Ukrainian drone units are no longer just operating on the battlefield, they are hitting targets far beyond it. Fuel depots, logistics hubs, airfields, and critical infrastructure are all being targeted. These strikes are not random, they are systematic. Every hit weakens supply lines, disrupts coordination, and forces everything further away from the front. Even railways and fuel routes are no longer safe. The deeper you go, the harder it becomes to maintain the fight. Ukrainian drone forces are scaling this strategy rapidly, striking hundreds of targets in operational depth in just weeks. This is no longer just frontline warfare. This is a war where distance no longer guarantees safety. How do you counter an enemy that can reach you anywhere? This is what the world looks like through an FPV pilot's eyes. Constant static, blurred frames, ground rushing past, it's chaos in the feed. But through all that noise, the pilot still sees one thing clearly: the target. In this compilation from the Spala UAV unit, the list is long. Russian drone operator positions, ammunition storage sites, howitzers, multiple rocket launchers, mortars, armored vehicles, logistics routes. Every single one of these targets was identified, tracked, and struck. Not by a jet, not by artillery, by a pilot staring at a shaking screen kilometers away, guiding a drone straight through the static. This is what drone warfare actually looks like from the inside. It's not clean. It's not always clear. But the results speak for themselves. When pilots can operate effectively through constant interference and poor visibility, is electronic warfare losing its edge on this battlefield? North Slobozhansk direction. Ukraine's border guard pilots, prime unit. And this is one operation's worth of results. Russian infantry engaged. A BM-21 Grad rocket launcher destroyed. An MTLB armored carrier hit. 2 D-30 artillery pieces taken out. A truck gone. Communications and electronic warfare equipment destroyed. Enemy drone launch positions eliminated. And a shelter hit. That's 9 different target types in a single operational period. And look, this isn't a frontline assault brigade. These are border guard pilots. The fact that units like Prime are delivering results at this scale says everything about how Ukraine has restructured around drone warfare. When border guard units are destroying rocket launchers and electronic warfare systems, has the line between frontline and support units completely disappeared? That's everything for today. Here's where the front stands as of April 27th, day 1524 of this war. Over the past day alone, 241 combat engagements were recorded across the front, with the Pokrovsk and Huliaipole sectors seeing the heaviest fighting, 55 assaults on Pokrovsk and 37 on Huliaipole in a single day. Russian forces launched 54 airstrikes, dropped 168 guided bombs, and deployed over 3,400 kamikaze drones in the last 24 hours. The front line is long. The drone war never stops. And as you saw in today's footage, no position, no vehicle, no moment of rest goes unnoticed. If you made it this far, drop a comment. Tell us which clip stood out today. Subscribe for daily frontline coverage. No agenda, just the footage and the facts. See you in the next one.